Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Just Games Store Championship. This is Tim here again.
And this is Brandon.
And we've got Brandon on the left.
Yep, still there.
Still there, still alive, playing Near Earth Hub. And Mitch again on the right, playing Gabe. Throwing way back to the core set on the criminals. So, what's going on in your NH deck here?
Standard fast advance. I went with it in order to try to outrun some of the wizard nonsense that has been going on.
Yeah, this was the first tournament where I ran into the wizard deck.
Yeah, the wizard, I guess named Dumblefork?
Fork, yeah.
It is the worst name.
Well, it's like Dumbledore for wizard, and what there's four.
It's real bad.
I just call it wizard deck with Faust.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or that wizard deck.
Yeah. And so that was I think NEH is one of the ways to get past that. Is you just while they have their long setup, you just blast through.
Yep.
And so, actually, and again, we were talking about this earlier about the most wanted list, the effect on NEH. And so, the biggest thing is usually your ice is just a lot thinner than it used to be.
Yeah. This one's extra thin. This is no pop-up windows in this one.
Okay,
I went with straight special offers.
Oh, nice.
So I really was trying to get the money out there. And
actually, I have been liking special offer, though, in the fast advance, because as they're running, you'll try to play around like certain credit thresholds, and then suddenly you're past those.
5.
Yeah.
Install, draw a card.
Mm-hmm. And so do you have full Sand, full Astro, and everything in here, of course. Yeah.
Yep. It is 100% pure fast advance.
Okay. How many biotics do you run?
0.
Oh, really?
Out of that deck, yeah. I think all my influence is thrown into Astros and. There's Cyberdex.
Okay, so.
And Sands.
Whether or not he clears Cyberdex, we'll give you some information here.
Yeah.
Sometimes Gabe will have Lamprey or Pheromones or something in it. It does trash the pad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, and you do run... Special offer definitely helps, but you do run pretty tight to the ground on money as fast advance.
Oh, yeah.
His scoring is expensive.
Yep.
Scoring the first agenda is expensive.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's quite a bit easier usually.
Easy street.
Yeah.
Getting that first Astro is just so lovely.
Feels good, man. Yeah, every time I have to res a Sand to score a Beal, I just feel terrible about myself. Yep. Speaking of Beal, I think we saw Beal in your hand.
Yep.
It's the standard stuff. So what do you have Explodapalooza in here then as you're finishing out? Yep. I like that as well. Mm-hmm. Again, like you're saying, you're light on econ, and so you build econ into the steals. That's the agenda that you always wanted them to steal anyway, which used to be like the NAPD slot.
Yep, exactly.
Never score those unless you have to. And that's interesting with the spoilers we've been getting of that neutral 3-2 that's coming down the pipe.
Oh, the
merger,
and they get 3. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to, go all in on fast advance at pretty high cost.
There goes the special order for Corroder. Seems good.
Mm-hmm. Wraparound is up, and usually you're running 3 wraparound in this deck, and Archangel, Enigma, that kind of stuff. So we know there's one up. And he's got security testing, so all the criminal things are happening. Out of Gabe, you expect Sneak Door probably to come down at a certain point. Gabe, a lot of the time, like we were saying, sometimes as Lamprey and more of kind of a little bit more of a denial style out of criminal. I haven't seen Gabe in a while.
Yeah.
NEH, continuing to NEH.
Yeah. NEH does NEH things. Just gaining more money. I tell you, I'm not the strongest NEH player, so this is interesting to watch. Yeah,
it is like everyone say, fast event, it's so easy to play, but there is definitely a learning curve to it of knowing when to extend and when to, because when you go for the first score, you're saying it's expensive, and so you open yourself up quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Especially against criminal, well, then they'll start siphoning you. So you can hit a point where you'll never have money again if you time things incorrectly. But Archangel is such a nice piece of ice.
Yes, it is.
It's one of those that, it's good anywhere in your deck
Yeah,
can
yeah.
resed. Like,
Yep.
it's just very solid. Which, yeah, with most wanted list causing some other stuff to exit, Archangel filled in really nicely, especially into fast advance.
So does this fire? Does he beat the trace?
It starts at, what, a trace 6?
Yep.
So,
Trace 6. I think
yeah.
I pumped it.
just to ensure that,
Yep.
because
just
you
to
don't
make
have
sure.
agendas
Yeah.
in hand here. And he's Gabe, so it would be money gain as well.
Yep.
So does he trash another pad? At this point, money is getting a little tighter. You know, just trash it. Yeah, without Desperado up, it's a little tough for Gabe.
Yep.
Continuing, this is one of the fun parts of any game.
Yeah.
Is that, like, you're gonna trash that? Like, let me throw another thing out there for you. Oh, you're gonna trash that?
Take a look at this.
Yeah. So do you have like team sponsorship or anything like that in
No.
here? Okay. Yeah, that you kind of have to really commit to. I'm gonna spam like crazy.
Exactly.
All right, security testing. Does he go check? Yeah, at this point, you'd love to have Desperado out, so you can just keep going checking those remotes without losing tempo. And there's Corrodor. He's back.
Corrodor back, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Archangel.
But can he beat the Archangel space?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then even if once you can break Archangel, it's expensive. Oh, business show. That's a crucial card, but it would put him at no money.
Yeah.
But that's for me at least, a very important card for fast advanced decks.
Yep.
Because you really want to control the flow.
Oh, yeah.
And then as I tried a little bit, I mean, tried fast advance out of Harpsichord, which NEH is probably just better at it. But that's usually the way you lose as NEH, is you get R&D dug, and they get the Astro before you do. And so Harpsichord can get around some of that, but the card draw and the influence are just too good. They're just too good, man. And so, you probably want to see a Jackson or something soon to filter your hand a little bit, I would assume. You know, there's a Beal sitting in there.
I don't even know what I'm doing. It was one of those things where, the last time I played a fast advanced deck was the old, like, Astrobiotics, like...
Oh, out of, like, The World Is Yours?
The World Is Yours.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I remember when NEH first came out, it was one of those things where I had just basically subbed in that ID and played it for a little bit, and then I went away and I went on the Wayland hype train for a long time.
Yeah.
And that was the Wayland hype train of one. Was me.
You're the
conductor.
engine and the caboose.
Yeah. It was a short train. And so coming up with a corp deck was very difficult, and I figured I could maybe pilot this again. And
yeah,
it's been ages since I played a fast advanced deck, and so this is a lesson for you kiddies. It's not the instant win button.
Yeah. Well, then that's the thing, is you have to get used to not panicking when you're playing this deck a lot too, because. Yep. As the runner always feels terrible playing against fast advance.
Yeah.
But usually you're having to float agendas, you're having to like lay out just weak ice and hope that things play out in your favor on R&D.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those that playing against it, I think you get a lot better once you've played as it a bit.
Right.
Because you know the tempo of it, I'm weak when this happens. And for example here, you're spending a lot of money
in order to do
it gets you
this.
the first dasher on the table and a res Sansan, but it leaves R&D open. You have IHQ defended, so you're not worried about getting siphoned hard or anything or locked down there, but it gives him R&D for a turn. Although you've had daily business up, so you may have been throwing agendas on the bottom at this point, so who knows.
I think at that point I was searching for Sansan and just praying to God that he does not trash the Astro I was looking for.
Yeah.
And praying to God that he doesn't trash the Sansan, which he does in a minute, I believe.
Yeah, because he gets the security test. Yeah, you're at 0 money, so I think hitting the Sansan is wise at this point.
Oh yeah.
You have an Astro counter up, but again, having 2 pieces of fast advance up is exponentially worse than just the Astro, I would say.
Exactly.
So Mitch thinking about it here. He has John Masanori up. He's got all he needs is Desperado, and he is rolling.
Running R&D.
Oh, and it's Astro. Oh. Wow, that
hurts.
That hurts a lot. You wouldn't have been able to score right away, but
Right,
even so, like
yeah.
you have it in hand and then score it next turn. Oh, that's rough. Fast track in hand, which eventually will be quite nice. So have to take the credit first so you can install on there.
Make sure I don't cheat. There we
Camera's
go.
always watching, man.
Yeah. I think at that point I did install the special order.
Okay, yeah, because that only costs
Cost 1 to res.
Yep. And then it'll give you the money to res behind.
Yep.
Yeah, because even though he has passport, it's going to still cost him quite a bit to get through Archangel.
Oh yeah.
And so that he'll have to really dedicate himself to that. Okay, so we see Fairy come up. Special offer is a trap, right? It's not a subtype.
Yep, it is a trap. Yeah, you can only break it with AI.
Yeah. And breaking it with AI feels terrible.
Yeah. I forget what the strength is. Is it 3?
I think it might be 5.
Is it 5?
I'm not sure. It's high. It's disproportionately high. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Actually, you might be right. It might not be that high.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever broken it. Whenever I see it, I'm
I just take the money.
Take it.
Oh, he was able to get through.
Okay, so he did spend a fair bit of cash. But it gets him. It's not so bad as Gabe. He gets the money back and snags the deal. So
yeah,
because at this point, after seeing you spend out to score that Astro, it makes you think maybe there's more in hand.
Right.
Since you're kind of rushing it a bit because it puts you at low money, so he's thinking you probably have stuff in hand.
Yeah.
Oh, and shuts down the Archangel, which on 1 credit, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
So now you kind of have to, even if you see agendas, you kind of have to throw them away at this point.
Yeah.
So you can stabilize a bit. Because, it would take a whole turn of credits to get Archangel back up. Times are a little tough.
So I install way out there. So doing what we yell at people to do.
Come on, man! Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some kind of fisheye whenever anybody's playing NEH.
Security testing.
Yeah, and then he's got guaranteed security testing targets here.
Yep.
I would say pretty much. Oh, what a nice guy! What a guy! Bring him right back in. And pretty much every corp is running a lot of assets right now, so there's always security testing targets.
Yep.
I would say, Wayland is probably the only one that isn't really heavy on assets besides Gagarin or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Just checking them all. You got to. Ooh. Picks the Explodapalooza out there.
Unfortunately.
Putting him to 6. Jay just got. I mean, you kind of. I don't know if you're flooded in hand, but you're expecting Gabe to run your hand a bunch.
I do believe at this point I was flooded.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you're back at a fair money total, though, so you could start scoring out again at this point.
Yep. There it is.
Hey, there it is. Can you see the number? Oh, it is 3. You're right. Yeah. Okay. I assume it was a high number because it's so annoying. Oh, it's just wraparound now. Okay. Oh, that's tough. But he doesn't have any multi-access up. Yep. We haven't really seen much of his influence spend.
Oh, that is
a team sponsorship. Okay.
I lied to you.
Unbelievable. So not trashing there. Because I think that was his last click, so he wants to make sure you don't draw into another agenda.
Look how desperate I am to find agendas.
Yeah. I mean, at this point,
I need them.
You just have to race. He's on 6. You just need to start ripping agendas.
Yep.
It gives you 3.
3 looks.
Looks like the middle one was? Couldn't quite tell. You saw one of those was team sponsorship. That's likely headed south. It looks like there's at least one in there.
Yeah.
But you almost have to. Okay, going for it. It looks like. Yeah, I mean, at him and 6 points, you just have to go for it. I think. Yep, that's a Beal. And team sponsorship. Yeah, I'll give you some ice back, perhaps.
Or, I mean, there's only one piece of ice in there.
Special offer, I guess, right?
There's also the pads.
Yeah, there's the pads, which is a little risky, though, because it'll put stuff into your hand that you don't know what it is.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Special offer goes back on top.
Oh. Yep. Have to show him which card it was. I think it was the only ice in there, though. He's not destroying anything. So you do have enough now to res Archangel again, though.
Yeah.
So think things aren't so bad.
Stabilizing a bit.
Stable, yeah. And he knows that it'll just give you money if he runs on R&D. So probably worth it from his end to go at it. And you'd probably want to res Trash Sand at a certain point too, I would think. What do we got? Keyhole. Okay, so this is his multi-access. Uh-oh. And he knows it's only going to cost him 1 credit to get on R&D. Yeah, you might as well make the money here.
Exactly.
Oh, this could be bad. This could be very bad.
Hey, you got the proper credits off of that.
Yeah. Money-making machine. So, yeah, unfortunately, he just needs the C1, though, at this point.
Yeah, he should have flipped it up.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's just running back again. Yep. There it was. And none of those were Jackson's.
Yeah.
Man, unfortunate. He seemed to just weave in the R&D access like at the exact right times. Like
exactly,
he scored 2. If they score 2 of the 3 Astros, it makes things really tough.
Yeah. That point there, I mean, if he did not play the keyhole, I mean, I actually would have seen the Astro.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been at 6.
Yeah.
So
right, it would have made it.
Then I had the fast track in hand.
Yeah, and then with Astro counters, you can just score from deck at that point. Yep. So, and we're heading into the last round of Swiss here, and then we'll be cutting to the top 4. So I think we'll be back next with the top table in round 4. So stay tuned.